Hello friends, welcome back. And in this tutorial, we would be talking about the magic of another two directives in AngularJS. We will be talking about ng-submit and ng-click. So let me change the title here. Magic of, let's say, ng-click and ng-submit. Alright, so now what we want to do is that we want to include the functionality of dynamically adding some items to this list. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating let's say a form element here, a form, and within the form I would be inserting a text box. So input type is equal to text, and assigning a ng-model directive to this text box, ng-model, and let's say new category. So let's give it a placeholder, enter new category. Alright, so you've just created a form with the input text box, and in this form we want to add a submit button. So let's say input type is equal to submit, and value is equal to, let's say, add. So let's refresh the page. Now you would see here that we have created a text box here below this list, and we want to enter any text here, and when you click on the add button, this text should be appended to this list, right? Now this is a submit button, and whenever we click on the submit button, this form should be submitted. So I would be using ng-submit directive here. So when this button is clicked, this form would be submitted, and when this form would be submitted, we would call a function. So so in this ng-submit directive, we would be calling a function. Let's say the function would be add. Okay, so on clicking this button here, this form would be submitted, and on the form submission we would be calling a JavaScript function called add. So let us define this function within our controller here in the app.js file. So the same way you create variables, you could create functions also in the $scope object. So $scope.add, so it's a function, right, and the code goes here. So let's first log a console statement here, console.log. This function is being called, right? So let's check if we are getting through with our functionality here. So if I click on this add button, this add function should be called, and if this function is called, then console.log, this statement should appear on our console. So let me click on add, and you can see we are getting this statement here. This function is being called, so we are doing it right way. So now what I want to do is that I want to add the value of the string in this text box to this JavaScript array here. So JavaScript has a function in JavaScript array called push. So $scope.categories .push content in the new category, in the name of the variable is new category. So this should also be available to the $scope object. So $scope.new category. Alright. So whenever I'm clicking on the add button, let's see, I want to add a new category. Let's say the new category is English. Let's say click on the add. So English is being added here. Isn't this amazing? Wow. So let's say another category is Hindi. So add, it's being added here. Now Hindi is already, now if I want to add one more category, I first need to delete this, then write it again, then click on add, then delete this, then write it again. So what if I want to give the functionality that if you add a new item in the list, this should be set to blank. So for that you could actually do $scope.new category is equal to empty string. So if I refresh this, so I add a new category here, click on add. So this is being set to blank here, right? So that's how you can manipulate your HTML and your data by using the $scope object. Now, I hope you like this tutorial. You're actually liking it. I know that. So ng-submit we have talked about. Now, if I click on this, let's say science is already available in this list. If I add science here in this text box and click on add, you would see an error here. So this says that duplicates in a repeater are not allowed. To allow duplicates along with the ng-repeat expression here, you need to use another expression called track by $index. All right. So $index contains the reference of the items that are stored in this array. So by using this expression called track by $index, you would be able to show the duplicates also in this list. Also, we got an error here, expected array but received 0, filter not array. So we want to control X. So we would want to control Z, control S. Yes. So now even if I type science again, click on add, so you are able to show the duplicate values here, you know, right? So this is how it works. So $index basically contains the reference to the index number, to the item number. I'm sure you know that this JavaScript array is a zero-based index. So this first item science has an index of 0, the second item has an index of 1, and so on. Now if you want to display the index number also, you could actually use the $index here. So if I say double curly brackets $index, give it a dot here and a space here just to segregate the things for, in a better way. So you would see we are displaying the index number also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 7, 8, right? So but the array is a zero-based index, but in real world you would actually be using 1 here and 2 here. So you could actually, you know, have +1 here within this angular expression. So you would be able to list the items in a proper way, right? So I'm sure you like ng-submit, this tutorial ng-submit directive. In our next tutorial, we would be talking about ng-click. How about if you're able to remove some of the items from this list, that too dynamically? Yes. So I'm sure you would like it. Stay tuned, click on the subscribe button so that you get all the notifications of our future tutorials. If you have any question, please comment. Thank you so much.